You are now locked into the Live with Brandon Blakney podcast. Here is your host, Brandon Blakney.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Brandon Blakney, aka Brandon Lee TV, back at it again, baby. Got my guy Nextup Hayden joining me this evening. He's doing some scouting stuff with Nextup Hoops, also doing some coaching, assistant coaching with the Georgetown Tigers in Kentucky at NIKE University. Hayden, I appreciate you chopping it up with me today.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you having me on the show, man. I'm glad I could get on.
Yeah, absolutely. And for everybody that watches the show, I always love to kind of give my guests their flowers and let them kind of give some background on how they got to where they are. So first off, definitely appreciate, I've been following you, just the updates, the constant updates. Man, you are relentless, just giving that platform to the kids and offering that extra exposure. So man, appreciate you for that. And just tell us, how you got your love for sports and how you got to where you are right now.
Absolutely. So, really, I started out working with the scouting service. This is my second year doing it. Just getting on the road, going out, watching some of the top kids in the country. Covering NIKE EYBL, the Under Armour, Adidas 3SSB. So this is my second year really getting on the road, kind of getting out, showing my face. So building up my name, it's taken a lot of hard work and it's been a grind for sure. But just last year when I first started out, really trying to build my name, it was tough. You see guys like Bill Self and Scott Drew, guys like that, you get nervous. You don't even want to go up and say anything to them just because of you see them on TV all the time. So, the intimidation is definitely there, but it took a lot of guts. It wasn't easy. I'll say that honestly and upfront, it was not easy trying to get my name started and everything. But really falling in love with it. I've played basketball my whole life. My brother, he was a 3-star recruit in high school. So, I got to see firsthand really some high-level basketball my entire life. He played on the UIBL when I was growing up. He played in all that stuff. So I've got to see him. He played with D'Angelo Russell, guys like that. So I've really been around high-level basketball my entire life. So I fell in love with it. I fell in love with talking to scouts over the years, talking to coaches. I've just really wanted to network, kind of get my foot in the door, take off with this coaching stuff.
No doubt, man. I was a scout for a few years as well with Phenom Hoop Report, and I came through with a lot of young coaches. I went more so the broadcasting route, but seeing those guys now progress through the ranks and get different coaching jobs and assistant gigs, it's a 24-hour year-round grind, man, with hoops nowadays. For you, how crucial was that networking? I know seeing those coaches, like you said, man, when I saw Coach K at a couple of events and he comes in with a mob. Like, it's just crazy seeing guys like that, the John Shires of the world, the Roy Williams and such. How important has that been as far as networking and kind of learning what you can learn and pick those guys' brains?
Oh, it's been extremely important, honestly, through the whole process. So just they enjoy, honestly, like they come off as a front to where they're intimidating. You don't want to talk to them. But once you really sit down with a coach, like one of those guys, and just kind of pick their brain and start acting interested in some things, they'll really take the time and start being really down to earth with you and really start to speak some game to you.
Yeah, man. I think I found that, especially in this industry and my industry as well, the guys at the top are definitely willing. If you serious, if they see you about your business, they'll definitely extend that olive branch to you. I know recently you were saying you went to the NIKE EYBL, the first session just happened. First off, just give us your initial takeaways of hopping right back in the travel season.
All right, so yeah, getting right back into it. It's been a whole year, yeah. Yeah, it's the best time of the year, and it's the biggest headache. It's the biggest headache trying to get your schedule together, seeing where you're gonna go.
Man, them 8 a.m.
Everybody's
games,
everywhere.
5.
Oh my gosh, man. Yeah. After getting to the hotel the night before at 11 and typing evaluations all night, like, yeah, it's a grind. It definitely is a grind. It takes a lot. You really gotta love it. You really gotta be dedicated to being in the gym and just watching basketball. But I love it. And just being back at the EYBL, there's nothing like it. There's nothing like the Nike circuit. Nobody does it better than them, in my opinion.
I was gonna ask you about that. We're gonna save that for later though. I will we'll save that one because I hear that a lot. But for you, just being in, I know those guys are also shaking off the rust. A lot of those guys just getting done with national playoff tournaments and stuff like that. They're coming in, just gelling with a bunch of guys that probably mostly aren't from the same place or area they are. So practice time is limited. But just what were some guys that stood out to you in some programs, just kicking things off?
Honestly, the familiar faces to a lot of people are going to be the guys like Cooper Flagg, Caden Boozer, Cameron Boozer, uh, just guys like that high level 5-star players, just all around complete basketball players. Like those guys are the no brainers, so they're easy to watch. But a lot of guys, I enjoy trying to catch some sleepers when I'm in the building. I always try
Facts.
to focus on sleepers because I mean it's easy to scout high level talent. But I mean, I really enjoyed this kid, Jamarion Fleming from Team Thad. He's a 2025 kid, 6'9" forward. He's from Canton, Mississippi. He just recently got offered by Mississippi State, but I definitely see his recruitment taking all the way off as the summer blows off. But he plays for Team Thad out of Memphis, Tennessee, and they have a really solid 2025 program in their 16U. They have a lot of talent. I'm from Kentucky originally, so they had two Kentucky kids on their team this past weekend. So I enjoy covering the Kentucky kids, just trying to get their name out there. I know a lot of them fly under the radar a lot of the time, so I enjoy trying to help any way that I can, throwing their names out on reports, anything like that. There's a kid, Austin Sperry, though, to keep an eye out on. He's a kid from Breathitt County, Kentucky, athletic white boy who is going to turn a lot of heads this summer, in my opinion, playing on that national level. Guys, the Florida Rebels out of Florida, they're loaded. Their whole team's loaded for 16U. I saw Jalen Mitchell this weekend. That's going to be a name that the whole country needs to remember and write down as soon as possible. Jalen Mitchell, 6'7" shooting guard. He's playing at Evansville Rights in Evansville, Indiana. He's a 2027 kid, so he's just finishing up his 8th grade year.
Hmm.
But in my opinion, after watching him, he's the number one 8th grader in the country. I don't see anybody competing with that kid, and I'll stamp that.
Hey, stamp it early, man. I like it. I like it. Stamp it early. I know I saw a couple because I'm originally from North Carolina. I'm in New York now, but I did a lot of work with them, and I saw Team CP3 perform really well as well. I was kind of surprised that Drake Powell had the performance he had. Like he's a great player, but it seemed like he was one of those guys that obviously I wouldn't say slept on, but kind of maybe earned some more national attention.
Definitely, definitely. Drake had a solid weekend. He's a freak athlete, just a complete playmaker. He's gonna be really special wherever he ends up going. I know he's probably gonna favor to North Carolina.
Yeah.
Is he going there? Did he already commit?
Yeah, he's committed to UNC, and I feel like a lot of people in North Carolina know who he was, but like nationally, he's just not a guy that like for a 5-star, you don't really hear a whole lot about him.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. But I mean, yeah, he's just a sound basketball player. He's not one of those 5 stars that's gonna really just blow you away when you sit there and watch him.
Absolutely. And some guys are like that, man. You just have to really see them live to appreciate their game. I know I was watching a lot of the Boozer twins in the Watch the Throne tournament. And like you said, a lot of high level guys, those guys as well as Cooper Flagg, how good do you think that those guys are at such a young age and how good can they be? Because I know some people are saying Caden Boozer might be the best in high school, period.
The Cameron Boozer kid, the big one out of the Boozer twins, he has a chance to really be special. And honestly, since last summer, he's improved drastically, and I didn't even think that he could because last summer I thought he was such a complete basketball player. So for me to see him this past weekend and just seeing the things that he does on the floor, like he's so agile for his size, just he's elusive. Like he's extremely fun to watch. Like there's nobody like him in high school basketball, I don't think. And then you got a guy like Cooper Flagg out there who is just silky smooth with the ball in his hands. He's just filthy. He elevates so high on his jump shots.
Yeah.
You can't block his shot. You can't contest it. He's 6'9". Like it's just guys like that who already have the size and the athletic abilities and the great mechanics and it's the simple things with those guys that they make look so good. It's the little small things that those high level dudes make look so easy.
Yeah, absolutely. And then him being at a school like Montverde, he's getting A1 coaching, A1 training facilities down there for sure. For you, just seeing it on the inside now, post transfer portal, because it wasn't like this a few years ago, but now a lot of these younger guys are getting offers, but obviously programs are focusing more on players in the portal. They're getting first dibs. How do you think that it's changed recruiting, and how could it potentially, you think, impact this 2024 class coming up?
Honestly, I think that it has affected it drastically, the whole portal situation. I mean, I've handled a kid named Chip Brunt. He's from Tennessee. He's a mid-major kid, no brainer. 6'4", 6'5" point guard, mid-major kid, no brainer.
Mhm.
And because of this whole portal situation, he's still trying to find something right now. And he's really struggled, really trying to find something. I know he's had several JUCOs getting on him late now. He's had some Division II schools, small NAIA schools, and it's just like not what he was looking for, honestly. Like it's happening to a lot of kids out here. You see it left and right every single day because of this portal. These high school kids are falling under the radar and having to go to situations like the school I'm in at Georgetown College, NAI.
Mhm.
We'll get the kids who it didn't pan out for them trying to get to a Division I.
So, has that benefited you guys as a program?
Oh, it's benefited us tremendously. It has helped us. It's been amazing help for us.
Definitely. And just the recruiting, I guess, layout in Kentucky, how would you describe it, in the high school basketball scene? I know in North Carolina, people and a few other states bordering are really pushing for like shot clocks and stuff like that. Are you guys there yet?
We are not there yet, but a lot of people in our area have been pushing for shot clocks as well, just because of, they want the fast-paced game. Like nobody's trying to see y'all just sit there and pass the ball around for 7, 8 minutes straight, a whole quarter. Like it's not fun basketball. That's why I really enjoy going to these high level AAU tournaments just because of they'll implement a shot clock in the games, and it's so fun to see these kids get up and down. And that's when I feel these kids are at their best. When you have these kids who are high level athletes like they are, you can't hold them back and shut them down into slow paced games. You got to have these kids doing they're accustomed to, what they're fit to. They got to be getting up and down playing fast.
No, that's absolutely a great point because that's the speed that the game's going to be at the next level. So definitely got to prepare them for that. Going back to the EYBL a little bit, looking at coaches giving offers and stuff. What do you think coaches are looking for out there? You see everybody wanting to jack up 20, 30 shots a game, but just for players that may not know, what are some things that coaches may be looking for out there in a prospect?
Yeah, so I mean, just talking to some coaches on the baseline during games, they always say the same things. Like these kids think that they have to go for 40 or 50 points to get a scholarship, and that's really not how this works. If you look up Division I basketball, the stats this year, not many guys are averaging 20 plus,
Mhm.
25 plus. It's not about how many points you're scoring. These coaches want to see you do the little things. And I tell kids all the time when I'm talking to them and they're frustrated about not getting offers or anything like that. I tell kids all the time, I say, these coaches are not looking for the things that you can't do. So stop getting out of your comfort zone and trying to do things that you're not normally doing. Like
Facts.
stick to what you do best and do it consistently and efficiently. And these coaches are gonna find you and they're gonna like you because you're efficient and consistent. You don't have to drop 30 or 40 points. Just get your little 8 to 10 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, shoot 50 to 60% from the field.
What should parents know about this recruiting process? Some of them that may not have that foundation or have ever gone through this process before.
Really, parents should know just, I mean, a lot of parents nowadays hop on the social media to and promote their kids, which is great. Yeah, promote your kid, all that, do all that. Just one thing they need to know is these coaches, there's a lot of kids. There's a lot of kids out there. So these coaches are going to be building relationships with y'all. So you need to make sure that you are answering the phone. I've had coaches who say, "I want this kid, but he's not even answering the phone. He's not replying to my messages. None of that. Like I can't get a hold of his family. Like family's got to be connecting with the coaches, building
Facts.
relationships. That's one of the biggest things with this whole recruiting thing is building that relationship with the staff. Those are the people who are going to be taking care of you. Those are the people who are going to be taking care of your kid, and that's who's paying for you. You're literally signing to them, and whatever they tell you to do, you do that. So I think just these parents need to understand that this is a business and that these coaches, like, their jobs are really dependent on this, and they uh they just want to build relationships and stuff like that.
Nah, most definitely. I mean, like you said, it's a business, dudes, jobs, mortgages, houses, families on the line, all that stuff going on, man. It's a lot of pressure on these kids for sure. What do you think personally is one of the biggest adjustments of going from a high school athlete to becoming a college athlete and it becoming a job like that?
I think honestly, it is the amount of work that you're putting in, and then once you get to college, it's about the physicality of the game and just the athleticism, really. Like once you get to college, a lot of kids will get smacked in the face because they're not ultimately prepared for what's about to come. And I mean, once you get there, I played in college for 3 years at a small NAIA. My freshman year, it was a smack in the face. Guys are stronger, physical. They push you around. They know you're a freshman. Like you just got to be able to come in with a dog mentality and have a chip on your shoulder to where nothing's gonna phase you and you can come right in. My best advice though would be get in the weight room, add your strength, build your physique, get that going for you, get a college ready body, and then you should have no problems trying to compete for a spot your freshman year.
Hey, no cap though. You got these fifth and sixth and seventh year seniors out there, man. You don't want to
Yeah,
be too small out there.
100%. These portal guys, that's what these coaches are looking for. They're looking for seniors and seasoned vets.
Most definitely. I think with the portal, man, it's so crazy because transferring obviously is at an all time high. It's never been like this. What do you think kids should be looking for in a school so maybe they get it right the first time? You know, what are some of the things that they should be on the lookout for when trying to find the right fit? Because I think too, level is a big thing. Like I went to a Division II school, NAIAD 3. Like there is talent everywhere, and I think there's a lot of misconception about how tough those leagues and those conferences are.
Absolutely. So I think honestly, what these kids should be looking for is for an opportunity to where they can step in and just play right away. Look for an opportunity where you can step into a role where either you're starting or you are coming off the bench and it is promised to you. And you need to be going to a school, it doesn't matter what level it is. You need to be going to a school where you can contribute right off the rip because there's so many cats in this portal now. Like it's just crazy. It's crazy. Like you got guys who average 2 points a game at a school like Memphis or something, who's gonna take your spot regardless of what your resume is.
Most def.
So, I mean, I just think these kids need to really, really take a look in the mirror, humble themselves, and just go to a spot where they can contribute and play right off the rip.
Hey, that's some free game for y'all. Hayden, before we get out of here, man, is there anything else that you would like to say? Did I miss anything?
No, I think that we covered it all. I appreciate you having me, my guy.
Yeah, most definitely. Guys, that's a wrap for us. For all the latest and the greatest, make sure to hit that subscribe button. This has been Live with Brandon Blakney. You dig? Yo, so I think it'll air tomorrow, depending on when Des, my producer, gets it finished. But we'll be sure to tag you and everything so you can share it and all that good stuff. But bro, I appreciate you, man. I got a lot of young athletes and coaches and parents that follow me and watch. So it'll be some really good tidbits for them.
That's a bet. I appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, no
For
doubt,
sure.
man. No doubt. And I definitely follow up with you. Hey, good luck on the road. Summer, spring just getting started. I already know that 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. grind, my boy.
Phew, it's a struggle. It's a struggle, man. It's a struggle. But
But
nah, yeah, I appreciate you though, for sure. For
yeah, no
sure.
doubt, man. No doubt. We'll be in touch, bro. Take it easy, man.
Yep, you too, bro.
All right, man.